We have a new element of convocation this year that involves the recognition of a special member of our alumni community. It will be reserved going forward to introduce you to people who have made a significant contribution to the improvement of the university after they graduated. It is a distinct pleasure for me to introduce you to the first of these alumni to be recognized, Talita Guerrero. She is a truly remarkable woman who only just a few years ago was just like the undergraduates in the audience today. And before I bring her to the podium, I'm going to ask her extraordinary family, including her amazing pistol of a daughter, to stand up and be recognized. Talita's family. There she is. We expect to see you, young lady. Talita graduated from the College of Management in 2015, and only a few short years later founded her own company, Right Key Mortgage, a lender who provides loans to homeowners in several states. While a student here, she was the recipient of the Charles J. Hoff Leadership Scholarship, which she received from one of the university's most generous benefactors, Charlie Hoff. Talita made the most of Charlie's support, and in recognition of what he enabled her to accomplish, returned the favor to the university by endowing a scholarship for students who were just like her, the Talita Guerrero You Can Scholarship Program at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. I have asked her to recall her story, to explain why she created this scholarship, and to give you a chance to thank one absolutely inspiring beacon. Ladies and gentlemen, Talita Guerrero.
Hi, guys. Wow, it's so awesome to be back here. Thank you. It's truly a privilege, and I thank UMass for this opportunity to be able to tell my story. You know, I was sitting just like a lot of you a few years ago at this very campus, nervous, very nervous to start my undergraduate career, but I was excited, and I was excited because I had a big why and an even bigger dream. Just like a lot of you. I think a lot of you students are here today because you have a dream, right? I came here at 12 years old. I'm originally from Brazil. I immigrated here with my parents. We didn't speak a word of English, so assimilating here was extremely difficult. Without English, as you know, there's not a lot of high-paying jobs. We were undocumented. So my parents worked 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. It was difficult at the time, but we got through it. As my parents were busy working, we didn't have much supervision, and therefore, we lost focus. You know, just fell through the cracks and didn't focus in school. And at 15 years old, I found out I was expecting a baby. At my 16th birthday, I dropped out of high school. At the time, felt like it was the right thing to do so I could work, raise my son. Little did I know that I was clueless. A week after I dropped out of high school and turned 16, I, at 26 weeks of gestation, went into labor. It was very scary. At the time, I lived in the Cape, so they transferred me to a hospital in Boston to give birth to my son. This is where I get emotional. He was extremely sick, and I remember one day being in the Cape at home and getting a phone call that said, you know, you should come to Boston and see your baby. He was struggling, at only 2 pounds. He was struggling with his white blood cells, so they needed to do a blood transfusion. Me and his dad, who sits here today with me, drove to Boston and, you know, to maybe say our goodbyes. But luckily that day, we drove back home, and deep inside, I knew that if that little boy made it, I was gonna give him the absolute best life, despite my circumstances and challenges and being a teen mom. So luckily, he fought it. He's an amazing kid. He's not here today. He's very focused in school and sports, so he didn't want to miss football. So, he fought his way through and made it. And I had a commitment to be the best mom I could possibly be. So, I went back and got my GED, started studying while he was still in the hospital in Boston. Took him 3 months to be discharged. And I got my GED. I enrolled in college, community college, to take some classes. And I started working really hard. At 18, I luckily got the opportunity to start working for a mortgage company, a local mortgage company in the Cape. And with that, I was invited, I got a job offer to move to Boston. So I did. That was the best move I have ever made, and that's why I started UMass Boston. I applied after taking a long break and giving birth to my second beautiful child, who sits right here. And I knew that I wanted to be an example to them. I wanted to be an example of hard work and perseverance. So I started at UMass. It was a very difficult journey. I was working full-time, raising my kids, and taking classes full-time. So lots of late nights, doing homework, but the faculty here, all of the professors were so supportive and helped me through. During my time here, I made it to Dean's List a couple of times. And as you know, for a student who dropped out of high school and is not an athlete or academically gifted, it was very difficult for me to pay for my education. But I applied for one scholarship that was available for me, the Charles Hoff Scholarship. And I sat with Charlie. He interviews all of his students. And he was so inspirational. And all I really had was a dream and a decent essay. But he chose me, and he invested in me for the rest of my academic career. And for that, I will be forever thankful. And it wasn't, thank you. And it truly wasn't just because of the financial burden that he lifted off of me, but it was the fact that he believed in me. That was incredible. At the time, my family had already moved back, so I was here by myself with the friends that have become family and are sitting here today. So, to give back, the minute I graduated, I got on and started working extremely hard, as I always have, and I co-founded Reiki Mortgage with my partner, Chris Doyle. And it's just been such a blessing, this company, not just to have an incredible company, but all the tools that I've learned at UMass helps me with the challenges that I face every day in business. The really most important part that I took from UMass is believing that I can do it. And the faculty here makes you believe that you can do it. The act of discipline, perseverance, all of those tools, I took it from here and put it out in the world. And now we have an amazing company that employs close to 30 people, so it's awesome. And we do business in 6 states. And I love every single minute of it. I never, ever thought that I could live this life. It's beyond my wildest dream. I mean, my beautiful daughter is 8 years old. We just made it to our 20th country. So that's pretty incredible. We've traveled the world. Thank you. We experience a lot. And really, guys, if you think you can or you can't, you're right. So get out there, embrace the culture in this wonderful school, absorb all of the information that you're getting here. Because honestly, this is just the beginning of all of your journey to living out your dreams. For you, faculty, thank you. You guys, the work that you do is so incredibly powerful. and it truly changes lives. So I thank you for your hard work, help, and inspiration, because today I'm living all my dreams because of all of you. So thank you so much.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the essence of UMass Boston. An extraordinary story. We are so, so delighted to have you as our alum. So proud of you, Talita, and of your entire family.